Right. So yesterday we looked at the questions on the screen. That is on the purpose of conducting the baseline assessment. We also looked at the sources of research topic. We looked at the assessment team involved in screening of children with special needs, ways of ascertaining data accuracy after screening children with the special needs. And then I doubt if we looked at question number 4B. Did you look at 4B?
No.
So I think we begin from there. Begin at 5B, discuss 5 roles that parents of persons with disabilities may play in order to promote community-based rehabilitation activities. Yes? Roles that
Pascal,
parents of, yes.
please may I try?
Yes.
Maybe one has benefited from the program, so they can try and create awareness for those people who need the rehabilitation, so that they can see the importance of rehabilitating whoever needs the service.
Yes. Thank you. Those that have benefited from the service, maybe of the rehabilitation, they may also try to mobilize the members of the larger community in promotion of the CVR activities. Yes, someone else? Yes.
What about when we say provision of the land where the rehabilitation centers can be built?
Yes, Rosaida.
What about when we say provision of the land where the rehabilitation centers can be built?
Right, provision of the land where the rehabilitation center can be built. That is very true. And as you know, it is always the community that provides land. Hata kama inanunuliwa, somebody from the community must accept to sell that portion of the land where the institution is going to be built.
Pascal.
Yes, Amaris.
What about for networking, whereby these parents can exchange ideas and information or experiences with one another concerning their children issues? So networking, sharing experiences, motivating one another. So it's mostly parents with children with SNE. with special needs.
Very true. Networking and you know, even after networking, these parents, they are pulled together, so they are able to share on the experiences that they are having as a result of having children with the, you know, special needs and even those with disabilities. But also remember, that the CBR, of course, it does not only look at people with disability or those who are having special needs. Maybe those who are having the physical needs or physical disabilities, but it also looks at people with the special needs, like the elderly, you know, the orphans, and even the poor within the community. Fildema is also saying that they also help in provision of funds. Remember, there is the mobilization of the community resources towards a CBR. Yes, Matege.
Yes, Pascal.
Yes,
I want to give my input.
please.
Whereby these parents
Yes.
can also take part by extending their hand to those who have not been participating in these activities. There are some parents who have
Where did you go, Anthony? Anthony, where did you go?
He usually have network issues.
that they can take part and be guided in the rehabilitation activities. Thank you.
Anthony,
Yes, sir.
we did not get you, please. I think you disappeared somewhere. Anthony? Oh my, sorry. I think the network has issues. uh, 0850 saying enlightening the community, enlightening the community on the community members on disability. Right. So when we are talking about the CBR within the community, Philema is also saying sustaining the CBR programs. So what are some of the ways of sustaining the CBR programs? What are some of the ways of sustaining the CBR programs? CBR programs, how can we sustain them? by funding, funding alone,
by having projects,
like
uh,
right, within the CBR, there could be projects like the car washing that earns some money to the CBR account within the community. And some communities, I think some communities that are having more citizens than the idiots, as you remember, according to the Greeks, wameendelea sana. If you look at their programs, you realize that within the same community, there are CBR programs that are funded, and these CBR programs are having projects of their own that are able to bring the cash flow. And as a result, they are able to even pay those who are spearheading the CBR programs, or those who are employed by the CBR programs within the community. Masi Mutuku, I had seen your hand, sorry. I think you can respond.
By making use of the locally available resources, that when the donors withdraw from supporting the program, you can sustain yourself, you can make it without them.
I don't know whether I got her well. Somebody who got her? Mercy?
Yes, Pascal, I'm saying
Yes.
you can make use of the locally available resources such that when the donors, they withdraw from supporting, you can make it.
Or using the locally available resources. Okay, that is very true. So that in case those who are maybe the donors who may be funding, the donors who may be funding when they withdraw, you are still able to carry on with the program. Some of the CBR programs in some communities died once the donors left. Yes, Fildema, and then Mercy. Fildema?
I think we can also sustain the program by training the individuals on how to manage the funds.
Yes, training the individuals on how to manage the funds. Mercy? Yes, Mercy? Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on for the interest of time. The purpose of conducting baseline assessment for learners with special needs, I captured only two, is to be able to measure the impact of teaching on the learner. Remember that the baseline assessment is only given to find out what the child or what the learner is able to do in in our case, in an educational area. So you are able to find out the measure of the impact of teaching on this learner. Again, you are also able to determine the ability of this specific learner. And it can also show the results of the effects of the disability on this learner. Not only the effects, but also the lack of maybe physiological needs. For example, a learner who is deprived of getting enough food at home may come to school just because it is a rule in the home of coming to school. But while in class, the learner is able to show some unique traits. The learner may be gifted and talented, eventually hates the academic work. And you can find, I think you realize that I shared I managed to share the documentation on theories on learning. I don't know whether you are able to get the theories that I shared.
Regi hatujapata.
Somebody will share with the Regi.
Acha niwatumie.
The wall there. So Salome.
Mimi sijaona Pascal.
No, I'm not in Iregi. I think you will send me a text message through the WhatsApp. I'll share with you and then you share with the rest.
Migori tumepata, we are grateful.
Migori niliweka, Kericho niliweka, Shimolatewa niliweka. Watu wa Sigalagala ndio itabidi mtu atafute wasukumie. Na Salome, you'll get from me so that you can share with the Regi. So get your time and go through them. So as I was saying, allow who may lack some satisfaction of the psychological of the physiological needs like food may end up some of the traits within a classroom, like the learner is gifted and talented but hates the academic.
Pascal nimewatumia.
Asante.
Damaris.
Yes.
Umetuma which center?
Siga na Iregi zote.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing. Yes. So the next slide, we talked about the sources of research topic in special needs education. And one, we talked about the academic books. The academic books. Now, I did not put relevant literature because relevant literature was kind of generalizing and putting many points under it. So I talk about the academic books. We also have the academic journals. And when we talk about the books and the journals, I just want to remind you about module number 9. I saw a question, I don't know which year was that one, where there is an information that was given, and then you are asked, of course, it was a book that was written by a certain author. Then you are asked to use the APA, APA style of referencing, so that you can now write the reference in the APA. Remember, we are having 3 styles of referencing. That is the American Psychological Association. We have the British, and then we have the other one is
Harvard.
The Harvard. So remember, you need to know how to write your reference when you're using the APA, the British, or the Harvard. Remember that KISE as an institution has settled on the use of APA in referencing and all the academic writers. So we have the academic journals. We also have the newspaper or the popular magazines, and how we reference the academic books, the academic journals, the newspapers, the magazines. And then we can as well get the so-called the research topic from the theories. And remember, just to let you know that when we are talking about the theories of learning, the theories are not in all modules. And we only have the key modules that are having the theories. And that is module number 2, module number 3, module number 5, module number 11. However, these theories in these modules, they can be used as application theories across the rest of the modules. So when we are talking about the theories, you need to understand the in-depth of the theories so that when you meet an application question that may want you to maybe give answers based on a given theory, then you are good to go about it. Then we also have the personal experience. You yourself may be having the special needs, you may be having the disability, and how the environment has treated you, or how the environment has treated those who are having the disability, compel you to end up having a topic, a research topic that you may want to find more about, and even get the findings to help the future generations and even the current one. Members of the assessment team, there's something up there, I don't know what. Right. We have the members of the assessment team, and when we're talking about the assessment team that is involved in the screening of children with the special needs, the question may avoid using the members of the assessment team, but it can use the term interdisciplinary. Remember that according to the ethics and the laws of assessment, assessment is not conducted by an individual who in turn writes a conclusion or recommendations, but assessment is done by an interdisciplinary team, a group of people. And this comes as a result of maybe the experiences that the institutions may have also gone through, where the assessments were conducted by individuals, and then some issues crop up and the individual is in for it. So the institutions, the policies that were enacted removed the single individual from doing the assessment and even writing the conclusion. Today, the assessments can be done by different individuals at individual level, yes, but they will have to compare their findings and even do a general assessment so that they can write an overall recommendation, so that in case of anything, then there is no individual involved as a person, but you deal with a group of people. And dealing with a group of people in this sense means you're now dealing with an institution. So we have the psychologists, and psychologists, these are people who deal with the assessment. They want to find the abilities, the cognitive abilities of an individual when it comes to performing different tasks, including the schoolwork. We also have the school nurse, who is a trained personnel who deals with the combating of some illnesses or some conditions within the school. Thank you very much, Beatrice. They're also called multidisciplinary or transdisciplinary within the institution, not interdisciplinary, but multidisciplinary. We also have the therapists who helps in giving the therapies after the maybe during the assessment to find out exactly the problem of a given child. And then we also have the specialist assessment teacher. This is a trained teacher who has the skill in the special needs. And then we have the regular special needs teacher. There is a difference between the specialist, because the specialist, you may be having specific knowledge on some special needs, but when we talk about the regular SNE teacher, sasa mtu kama huyu ni kama sisi, where we are going to touch almost across all types of the special needs. Somebody is asking, what of the ENT specialists? It is very true. We can as well add the ENT, that is the ear, nose, and throat specialist, especially in the cases where somebody may be having the allergies or sinuses. We will now talk about the ENT specialist. Let me just add that. The ENT specialist, that is the ear, the nose, and the throat specialist. We also talked about ways of ascertaining that accuracy after screening children with special needs. Remember, once you have collected data, even when you're doing your research, you come to analyze. You are now going to put your data in a way that is going to help you to find out the accuracy. You're now going to ascertain, you're now going to confirm whether that you collected, is it accurate to objectives as to why you collected it. And one, you are going to use reliable screening tools. When you use reliable screening tools, it means there's going to be an accuracy of the data that you are going to collect during the screening period. And then use of multidisciplinary team. The use of multidisciplinary team, that helps you. And even if there was weaknesses on the side of a given assessor, or there is something that some assessors may have overlooked, with the multidisciplinary team, they are doing a holistic, they are offering a holistic kind of approach when it comes to the assessment. Then you appropriately also analyze the data, appropriately analyzing the data, getting the adequate findings, and also if there are predictions, the predictions made, but they are made within the scope of the assessment. And finally, we have ensuring all screening steps are followed, ensuring that all screening steps are followed. And if there is an area where patience is needed, just like in farming, where you cannot plant a seed today and harvest it tomorrow, it is in the assessment. Because during the assessment, the assessors must make sure that they get what they're looking for. They must make sure that they get what they're looking for. That is when they will say that they have done a valid and adequate assessment on a given child that gives them the value that will now help them to have the value judgment. The roles of parents of persons with disabilities may play in order to promote CBR programs. And let me read something here, that remember that there are real situations that parents and their disabled children face in life. One, they may have no jobs, and no one may be interested in employing a disabled person. And this is happening even in our various places of work. No one may be willing to employ a person who is disabled. And these people may also feel rejected as a result of maybe no one is willing to employ them. Can also not do things like their peers or their colleagues. They cannot marry easily and even have their own children. Remember, they do not go to school like other children. They may not know what their future holds, and they are frightened. Again, the parents are not sure how long they can look after these people, being able to meet their financial needs in the world that has people who are not caring and the people who are not sympathizing. And all these challenges being overburdening, the parents with persons with disability have a lot of challenges. But one of the roles is that they can also overcoming the ignorance. And overcoming the ignorance, remember we have talked about up there, these parents may get to interact with other parents who may be having children with the similar disability or with the disabilities. And as a result of sharing, somebody gets enlightened and finds a way forward. They may also promote the sustainability of such programs, because such programs, remember within the CBR, within the services of the CBR, a person can get employed. And even if not employment, they may also offer the vocational training. They offer the vocational training where people are trained in different handiworks that can earn them a living. They also promote the validity and relevance of the CBR activities, and they also make sure that they consider raising the gender awareness within the CBR programs. We also talked about, maybe offering or the funds, giving the land where the CBR offices can be stated, among others. Slide number 35, somebody think, please, that is it. It is you we are waiting to tell us that you are through with it.
Thank you. I'm done.
Right. Let's look at question number 6. Hapo kuna mathematics. Oh, yes, Net. What about inclusion in community activities? Very right. The inclusion, remember, even in the CBR, not all persons who are employed there will be having disabilities. There are those without disabilities, but they are also part of it, so that they can now spearhead if they are having the community at heart, or if they are having the skills that they can impart on the people of the society for a better, more, or for these people to have at least a changed attitude when it comes to looking at persons with disability. That is very true. 20 students, this is now a very good question. 20 students with visual impairments, sorry. 20 students with visual impairments did a mathematics test and scored the following marks: 30, 26, 28, 24, 30, 34, 34, 30, 28, 36, 26, 34, 30, 26, 32, 4, 30, 28, 32, and 26. Make a frequency table using the data above for marks. And then using the information in 6A Roman 1 above, present the data in a histogram. And then identify 2 symptoms. This is the part B of that question. Identify 2 symptoms of asphyxia. We cannot afford to talk about asphyxia without talking about anoxia, without talking about fainting. Describe 4 ways of assessing breathing in an unconscious casualty. Twende kazi, question 6A Roman 1. We want to make a frequency table of the data above. Now, in our frequency table, what are we going to include? Mathematicians.
The scores.
Yes?
The scores and the frequency.
The scores and the frequency, right?
Yeah.
Charlies, marks against how many pupils?
Aya, sisi kila mtu afanye kivyake, atuambie the total, get for us the total and get for us the mean, because in the frequency table we are expected to get also that one, those ones, the total and the mean. Let me give at least 1 minute. 1 minute. Kila mmoja ajipe shughuli. 1 minute.
Wenye maths ilipita kando.
Total ni 20.
Wenye maths ilipita kando, tafadhali mkuli macho.
Total ni 20.
Dina, I think we will have to have some X, F, X column, F column, and then XF column for us to get the mean X summation of XF over N. I don't know.
Tafadhali, I have said do your work silently.
Tafadhali tufanye.
Ngoja tufanye.
One minute is over. 1 minute is over. Wacha tuone who gives us the first response by show of hands, please. Ili tusijipate tumeingia kwa soko. The first response by show of hands. Yes. Hapo kuhesabu mbona watu wanamaza hivi?
1 minute ni kidogo bana.
1 minute kidogo. Okay, let me give it few seconds again.
Screen iko wapi hawa?
Haya, tulikuwa tunatafuta zote, mean, mode na median.
Hata tukipata zote, there is no sin in it. But in the frequency, on the frequency table, that is what we will focus on. If you are able to get the mean, if you are able to get the mode, if you are able to get the median, it is very good. If you are running away from mathematics class, here you are. Can we just get the mean, the mode, and the median? Because now this one was asking of the frequency table, but you are likely to get a question that is asking you the mean, the mode, or the median. Yes, Fildema.
Mean 29.4, median 30, mode 30.
What did you get as your total tally?
I have a total of 588. What total do you have?
Okay. Can we compare someone else?
Haya.
No, hakuna problem, hakuna shida.
Kai, mbona umeniuliza hivyo?
Tunajua tu that is where we're going to begin from.
Okay.
Yeah. But 2 more people. Somebody? I'm waiting for somebody.
I got mean as 28.
28? Total?
Yes. 560.
Right, someone else? Maybe 2 more people. Lakini sasa ona huyu mtu hata hafanyi. Akifuma uko hapa kweli? Akifuma yuko.
Hivi tutatumia wakati mwingi Pascal. Hebu tuongee. Kama ni 24 umepata ngapi? 26, that way ndio tutaenda haraka.
All right.
Yes.
I think it is good we look at that.
As per me, I have arranged the scores in ascending order from 24 up to 36. Kama ni 24 niko na 2. So 24 times 2, that is 48. 26 nimeona ziko 4. 26 by 4, that is 104. 28 tatu, that is 84. 30 ni tano, that is 150. 32 mbili, 64. 34 tatu, 102. 36 ni moja, that remains 36. Now when you put those totals together, the 48, 104, 84, 150, 64, 102, 36 imenipatia 588. Now when you
Yes.
huh?
Uko sawa, uko sawa?
Yes, now
588. Yeah, ma'am.
divide amongst the 20 pupils. It will give you 29.4. Sawa sawa?
Right.
Now that is my mean. About the median, you repeat the same exercise. You arrange those scores in ascending order. Sasa pale 24 zilikuwa mbili, itabidi uandike 24, 24. 26 zilikuwa 4, uziandike zikifuatana. All that way. The 2 marks which will be at the middle itakuwa ni 30, 30. Sawa? Hebu nione 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That is in 4.
Ni 32. Now, ukipata 2 numbers, for you to get the median, you take the average of the 2. The average
Yes.
of is 30. Hiyo ni median. Mode is the most appearing. The most
Which is
appearing 30.
30.
Yeah.
right.
Hivyo ndivyo nimefanya mimi.
Thank you. Let's carry on.
Kama ni 4.
Yeah?
Let's carry on. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Oh, sorry. Let me bring it. Yes, this is what we have. We are having the scores against the number of students. Maureen, is your hand up? Right. We are having the scores against the number of students. And now, when you are getting the mean, when you are presenting it on the frequency table, you have to show the scores and you have to show the number of students that are having a certain number of scores. And as you can see, 24 was scored by 2 students, 26, 4 of them, 28, 3 of them, 30, 5 of them. And that means that 30 becomes our what?
Our mode.
Our mode. 32, 2 of them. 34, 3 of them. 36, 1. So if you add, and this is how you are going to add, we are going to multiply the scores times the number of students, and then we are going to add. So 24 times 2, 26 times 4, 28 times 3, 30 times 5, 32 times 2, 34 times 3, 36 times 1, and then we add, that gives us 588. This 588, when we divide against the total number of students, which is 20, it gives us a mean of 29.4. 29.4. If we were to get the median, then it means we will arrange from the smallest to the largest, right?
Yes.
Yes.
From the smallest to the largest, and the number that appears in the middle,
In the middle.
our what? Our median. But if there are 2 numbers that are appearing there, we add the 2 numbers and divide by 2. They can never be 3. It is either it is 1 or 2. If the numbers are 2 appearing, we add the 2 numbers, divide by 2. But if it is 1, maybe for example, let's say that 26 is appearing in the middle ikiwa peke yake, limesimama peke yake bila kushikiliwa, then we will say that that becomes our what? Our median. But if there is, for example, 26 and 28, then we will take 26, add to 28, and then the result we divide by 2, we will have gotten our median. At the same time, let me try to, yes, we were asked to show this information
Show
in,
this again, Pascal, the question. Kindly,
Yes.
kindly show the question again. Yeah, thank you.
In Instagram.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, we have been asked to show the information in a histogram. Unfortunately, I did not finish working on my histogram here. Now, what is the difference between a histogram and a bar graph? Tuanzie hapo.
Pascal.
Yes.
The bars are joined together. Bar graph are not joined.
Abraham?
Histogram shows a continuous information whereby the bars are normally joined,
By a
while
line.
a bar graph, the bars are not joined.
Like hii ni bar graph ama histogram?
Hii ni bar graph.
Oh, this one now becomes a bar graph. So that's why I'm saying I did not finish working on it, and I think I'm going to work on it. I just picked this one. I wanted to use it to demonstrate that when you've been asked to demonstrate using you can be asked to use a bar graph. You can be asked to use a histogram. You can as well be asked to use a pie chart.
Pie chart.
You need to know how can we represent an information to a pie chart. And we are not just representing a person, we are representing a legitimate chart in a way that is recommendable. So I think I'm going to look for because this is done digitally. I'm going to the bar graph and I'll try to insert it and see if I can come up with the figures one. If it will not fit in a slide, then I will eventually in a different method, and then I will carry it and paste it somewhere here. So tomorrow, God willing, when I get, tomorrow is Friday. Oh, this is our last class for this week. Not this week, but we have Saturday in the evening. So I want to say that for now we are stopping here.
Pascal.
Hebu rudi hapo kwa question 6B.
Pascal.
Abraham.
On the diagram that you have drawn,
yes,
we can still modify it so that it reaches it fit on that slide by taking the number the number of learners on the vertical axis.
Yes, yes.
And the scores on the horizontal axis. Then you start by, on the vertical axis, you start with the 0, 1, 2, it will only reach 5. Eh?
Sure, yeah.
On the horizontal axis, you start with the 24, it will only reach 36.
Sure.
Then it's just going to fit there automatically.
Yeah. Thank you. I think that will be even more easy. Yes. Just want to. I want to say that
Mr.
I do not owe you a start now because I've shared the theories that I was working on. So if you have not seen them in the WhatsApp, you can get back and find out the theories that I shared in the WhatsApp so that you can, if you want to print, depending on how you want it, you can make a copy and kindly make sure that you go through them because you never know what will happen. And I've seen that with the understanding of the theories, if you understand these theories, you are going to be in a better position on tackling even those that will come as applications. So I want to say categorically that this document was shared by around 3:53 p.m. today. So you can check in the groups that they were shared. Na kwa wale ambao in the other groups that were not shared, I want to thank my colleagues who have also sacrificed and have shared it with them. Josephine, you are saying something?
I was ni ile sikuona, kumbe 30 iliandikwa 3 na 0 kando, so nikashangaa hii ni 3, mi nikaweka 3 nikaweka 0 kivyake.
Oh, ni 30.
No, it's okay.
All right, I want to request, a lady prayed. I want to request a man who can offer us the closing prayer. I can see Bramwell Wafula is here. Bramwell, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Are you in a position to offer us the closing prayer?
Let us believe and pray.
Thank you.
Heavenly Father, we want to thank you this evening. It is carried your hand and your mercy that we began, though many of us have experienced technical problems, but all the same, we want to thank you because you have facilitated us since we began. Father Lord, we've come to the end of this week and also for tonight. We want to thank you. Thank you for our members who are online and those who are not online in different parts of this country as the Kise fraternity, my dear God. I pray that you continue uniting us together. You also give us that heart of sharing for those who are not here. May you help those who are here, my dear Father, to share others so that, my dear Father, when we meet on July and we sit for that exam, my dear God, glory and honor shall be unto you. Thank you even for our lecturers. Thank you for even moment that, my dear Father, you've planned for us to meet and sit for our exam. I pray that you will enable us as we will travel when the time comes. Keep us healthy, keep us strong, my dear Father, as we continue to share with others. As we go to rest tonight, my dear Father, I pray that you are going to keep us. Give us a peaceful night, my dear Father, as we wake up tomorrow. Though we shall not meet, but my dear Father, spiritually, let's continue meeting. Thank you for our colleague who has been so much resourceful to us, my dear Father, that may you continue giving knowledge and wisdom, my dear Father, as you continue helping us. I pray for all gentlemen and ladies, my dear Father, who have converted tonight, my dear Father. I pray this, believing, trusting in Christ, who is our Lord and Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you. Good night, all.
Amen. Good.
Amen.
Amen.
Pascal,
Yes.
a kind request.
Yes.